My name is Reverend Garrison Hammontree, and I'm a Reverend in the Alliance of Divine Love Church. I have chosen to attend the First Universalist Church of Camp Hill, and I have strong Unitarian Universalist beliefs that go back to when I attended High Street Universalist Church in Macon, Georgia back in the 80s and 90s. In developing this piece on the fifth and sixth principles of UUA, I found them to be similar yet different. Integrally tied together, each of the two principles here speak to the core values of belonging to a UUA congregation, regardless of its membership size. The fifth principle of the Unitarian Universalist Association states the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large. This principle embodies the essence of UUA's commitment to justice, equality, and the free expression of individual beliefs. The sixth principle of the Unitarian Universalist Association states, we affirm and promote the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. This principle emphasizes the importance of working towards a global society that values peace, freedom, and fairness for all individuals. It encourages UUA members to advocate for human rights, social justice, and the elimination of systemic inequalities. By striving for a world community that embodies these ideals, UUA aims to foster a sense of unity and equality among people of different backgrounds and beliefs. The fifth principle, in essence, promotes commitment to justice, equality, and the free expression of individual beliefs. The sixth principle emphasizes the importance of striving towards a global community that values peace, freedom, and fairness for every individual. The fifth principle recognizes the fundamental rights of each individual to follow their conscience and voice their opinions. This principle emphasizes the importance of respect of diversity and the active participation of all members in the decision-making processes. It affirms the democratic values that underpin the UUA community both within our congregations and within society as a whole. In trying to integrate these two principles in one message, I'm uplifted by the trifold emphasis of living each principle as a person, as a member of a UUA congregation, and extending one's commitment and service to humanity at large. Within our congregations, the fifth principle encourages a culture of inclusivity and open dialogue. It ensures that decisions are made collectively, taking into account the perspectives and experiences of all members. The democratic process allows for a variety of voices to be heard, fostering a sense of empowerment and ownership among all congregants. It also creates a space to challenge oppressive systems, promoting justice and equality within the religious community at large. In society, the fifth principle extends beyond the walls of our congregations. It calls upon Unitarian Universalists to actively engage in the democratic process and advocate for policies that align with our values of justice, compassion, and equity. This principle reinforces the belief that religion is not confined to the private sphere, but has a responsibility to shape the world that we live in. The fifth principle guides Unitarian Universalists in their pursuit of social justice. It compels us to take action against systemic injustices such as racism, sexism, homophobia, and economic inequality. By utilizing the democratic process, we can work towards a more just and inclusive society. Moreover, the fifth principle recognizes the right of conscience extends beyond our religious boundaries. It acknowledges that individuals have the right to choose their own spiritual path, free from coercion or dogma. This principle allows for a diverse range of beliefs and practices within the UUA community, fostering an environment of tolerance and understanding. The fifth principle is a foundational principle that upholds the rights of individuals to follow their conscience and engage in the democratic process. It symbolizes commitment to justice, equality, and the free expression of our beliefs. This principle guides us in creating inclusive communities and advocating for social change. By embracing this principle, we can work towards a more just and equitable society, both within our congregation and in the wider world. In today's interconnected world, it is more important than ever to work towards creating a society that embraces diversity, promotes equality, and respects the rights of all individuals. The sixth principle serves as a guiding principle for UUA members, reminding them of the ultimate goal of building a world community that is characterized by peace and liberty and justice. This principle, the sixth principle, calls members to actively engage in efforts to promote peace and justice in the local communities as well as this global scale. This can involve advocating for policies that promote fairness and equality, supporting organizations that work towards global peace, and actively participating in initiatives aimed at resolving conflicts and reducing inequalities. The sixth principle also highlights the importance of recognizing and celebrating the inherent worth and dignity of every person. It calls on UUA members to treat every individual with respect and compassion, and to work towards creating a society where everyone is valued and their rights are protected. The sixth principle underscores the importance of working towards a world community that values peace, liberty, and justice for all. It serves as a reminder for all of us to actively engage in efforts to promote these ideals both locally and globally. By embracing this principle, our members can contribute to the creation of a more just and equitable world for everyone. The sixth principle again states, we, the member congregations of the Unitarian Universalist Association, covenant to affirm and promote the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. We emphasize the importance of working toward a world community where these attributes are upheld for everyone. It calls upon our member organizations to actively promote and support this goal. By affirming this principle, UUA congregations commit to advocating for social justice, equality, and human rights, both within their own communities and the world at large. They strive to create a world where all individuals can live free and fulfilling lives, where peace is valued, and where fairness and justice prevail. This principle invites our congregations to engage in activities that contribute to the achievement of world community with peace and liberty and justice for all. This can involve participating in social justice initiatives, advocating for policy changes, supporting marginalized communities, and promoting understanding and compassion among people of diverse backgrounds. The UUA's sixth principle encourages us to actively work towards creating a world where peace, liberty, and justice are enjoyed by all individuals, regardless of their background or circumstances. Both principles discussed support and validate use deep core commitments to encouraging each member to be able to vocalize freely their personal story as it relates to being an active UUA member. It underscores the equality that each member has in the decision-making process within the church, the right to voice their opinion. And yet we respect the outcomes of this democratic decision on any matter at any level of the church, including committee decisions, board decisions, and congressional decisions. These two principles go even further and support and validate the church as a whole, engaging in activities in the respective communities that call out oppression, call out racism, LGBTQ discrimination, and condemnation, actively objecting to local civic and governmental decisions that did not support liberty and justice and freedom for everyone, regardless of sex, gender, color, age, or disability. These two entwined principles call upon each of us to act beyond the boundaries of towns and cities and states. We are called to represent our core values on a national and yes, global level whenever we create the opportunity to do so. Our world continues to be paradoxical. We are seeing an increase in certain conservative elements in our society, wanting to limit LGBTQ rights and privileges. We're seeing legislation to reduce financial aid to the most needy of our society. And we're seeing increased community rhetoric and actions that embrace fascist and anti-Semitic influences. On the other side, an almost equal number of people on every level are actively promoting more justice and equality for all, actively creating safe havens for oppressed victims of the ultra-conservative movement, providing women with access to reproductive health care, and working to circumvent state and national decisions wanting to limit such care. UUA members are speaking out, paying out, and praying out more and more each day. Our message of inclusivity is not just a set of words. For UUA, inclusivity is at the foundational core of our church. Our heartfelt message to all is that you are welcome. You will have an equal voice in all church matters. You will be treated with dignity and respect, and UUA members will, to the best of their ability, fight for justice, equality, and democracy at every level. Our core values represented herein uphold the right to free expression of everyone, uphold the sanctity of freedom from any form of discrimination or oppression, and uphold the right of each individual to peace, liberty, justice, understanding, fairness, and conclusion. Thank you, and may you go in peace.